Take a breathtaking trip with Top Travel, brought to you by Halls and the power of menthol. Refresh, refocus, Halls. Breathe for it. Ungapheli umoya.
Hey everyone, my name is Fezile and Mkhize. Most people know me as Fez and Mkhize, and I'm a medical doctor as well as an actor.
My name is Mbizvo. I'm a medical doctor and a yoga teacher, but both Fez and I are going to be hanging up those hats as we become the new presenters for Top Travel.
Yes, it's back, and we're actually planning it. It's going to be a great season. Come watch. Top Travel has always been an iconic show for me. I remember looking at Jeannie and Yanez and thinking, wow, they get to do this for a living. So to say that I'm one of the hosts now is a dream come true.
Travel for me is one of my one true loves. I mean, Fez and I have had the opportunity to travel to quite a few different locations, and I think it just opens your mind up to what is out there in the world, and you also discover different parts of yourself as well. Fez and I have had a number of on-screen adventures, but we've always been separate. You know, I've heard about his travels, when he's come back and he's home, and vice versa. So to be able to do this together is like a dream come true, right? We get to explore career passions, travel adventures, but also spend some quality time together.
I think the beauty of it is that we got a bit of a taste of what it's like to see various elements of a place when we went to Reunion, right? It was an adventure with many different climates. We got to do some fun, high-octane things and some more relaxing luxe things, and I think that's where the bug really bit for me.
Yeah, I mean, we've been dating for about 10 years now, so you know, you got to keep the passion going, and travel's a really great way to keep learning about your partner and on how you want to build your life together. I tend to be quite a down-to-earth, adventurous type of person, so I think I'm bringing a very real voice to Top Travel. You know, I'm not about the glitz and glam, but I love a little bit of luxury, love some camping too, so I think being able to bring that authenticity of storytelling, I think is going to be really special.
We met during med school, which is quite a more structured environment, but I really fell in love with the fact that she saw life in a different way, even from me. And that's one of the key things that I think are going to push us forward through our travels, is that she always surprises me and she never fails to make me feel like any given moment is special.
It's so nice to experience travel with your loved ones, whether it's a partner or a friend, and I think a lot of people will resonate with our connection on screen, and hopefully that will inspire them to take their friends or loved ones along with them on their travels. Well, enough about us. Let's get to planning this adventure.
Wait, before we get to planning, how about we take a Halls? They always help us refresh and refocus.
Yeah, you're right. Let's do that. It's time to refresh and refocus.
Yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so dream destination number one.
It's gotta be the oldest desert in the world.
Okay. I like that. Namib's a very, very beautiful place to go to. It's got all sorts of dunes. You know, Big Daddy Dune. Ever heard of that one?
I've heard of Big Daddy Dune.
How about I've heard of this really interesting place, Deadvlei.
Deadvlei.
Yeah, Deadvlei. It almost looks like the trees are supposedly standing up but not looking alive. So like this
post-apocalyptic kind of vibe.
Post-apocalyptic vibe. So okay. I'm definitely wanting to see that.
You know what I've seen people do in Namibia, which looks incredible, is these hot air balloon rides.
Okay, but then
hey,
you don't even need to convince me. I feel like that's fair. You don't want to plan too much. You don't want to, put too much expectation to one place. So Namibia, fingers crossed, you give us some of these.
Okay, nice. When it comes to planning any sort of dream or adventure, it's really useful to use a vision board to set your intentions for your travels. I mean, we're going to be doing a lot, and so putting pen to paper and actually mapping out the journey will help keep us focused, but also help us set our North Star for what it is we want to do. Heading out.
Okay.
And away we go. Ah!
Wherever you come from in South Africa, this trip takes you through the big sky country of the Northern Cape into Namibia.
What a beautiful drive. I think getting into another country is best done in a car because it makes you feel that transition from your country, South Africa in this case, to Namibia. And all of the scenery around makes it a lot of fun. And I couldn't have asked for a better navigator. Yes, it's 1,000 plus k's from Joburg to the border, or about 650 from Cape Town to the Orange River. But these stretches of country are pure medicine for the mind. And I think you could tell.
We've just driven past the Welcome to Namibia sign, and now it's really setting in. We have crossed borders, we're heading towards the oldest desert in the world, and now we can truly say we've traveled.
Hey, hey, hey. Na, na, na. Wait till I get my money right. Oh, na, na, na. Then you can't tell me nothing right.
Now, having an awesome off-road machine comes with responsibility.
What's really cool about this desert is that there are designated areas for you to drive, and then the ones that they tell you not to, because they don't want you to leave an indelible print on the environment, because they respect it, and we're all about sustainability here.
Especially the Lumbricks family. 60 k's from Windhoek on Simenaar Farm, Ruben Lumbricks has become a local legend.
Hello. Hello, guys.
How are you doing, brother, man?
How are you?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Welcome. Yes.
Thank you so much. Who are these?
This is Zoe, the banded mongoose, and this is Minky, the meerkat.
Minky.
Oh my gosh. So how did you find these animals?
So people around, if they find orphan animals, they just give it to us, and we raise them and let them live a natural life. Outside, not in cages, anything. So
Feisty.
they are like family by now.
Just feisty. I love how she just jumps onto your shoulder.
Can I try and
They
hold
trust
this?
us so much. Yeah, sure. Minky is such a...
Who's the one that grabs the meerkat first?
Hello, Minky. Hello, Minky. Okay, let me give her back to you.
Yes.
So we were just staring at all of this land, and then our breath was getting taken away. Can you tell us more about it? There's springbok, it's just all breathtaking.
My granddad bought the farm about 60 years ago. Cattle farmers we are. And then in the meantime, we get all the orphan animals, which we also take care of. So 29 years ago, my mother got Cindy from the neighbors, our 29-year-old baboon.
What?
Yeah, she's like my sister.
Baboons, huh?
On their honeymoon, they got her. So she was like their first child almost.
I was going to say, that's your sister.
Exactly. It's like a grandmother-sister figure. Yeah, we love her so much. She's really like family.
So 29 must be quite old for a baboon.
Yeah, normally they live around 18 years in the wild, but I mean, she have a beautiful life.
And how do all of the animals get along?
It actually amazed me as well, because each animals, the warthog, baboons, meerkats, mongoose, it takes a few months, sometimes like 6 months, but we just interact them a lot and somehow it just works.
And does your warthog have a name?
Kali, we have Mika. Yeah, those are the two that have names. The other one don't have a name, she's a bit untamed. And yeah, we operate a travel company, so a lot of guests want to come visit this little critters.
Clearly you're a very busy guy.
A lot. They keep us awake at night.
My gosh, she's giving him kisses. This is clearly a very tight-knit family out here.
Okay, listen. This actually feels like what love is supposed to be. Look at that. Huh? Sin? You.
This is incredible. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd be sitting this close to a baboon, let alone stroking her hair.
She's like a mother to all the other orphan animals, especially the meerkats, warthogs. Like a stranger cannot touch them. If you try to touch them with her in her presence, she might try to defend them because she thinks you're stealing them. And she would also groom me, like look for ticks, and then she would like search for me on my body, like if I have any ticks or insects. So because they are quite clean animals, hygiene in every way.
No ticks in this household.
There's not much stress either. Riding out with the Zen cattle farmer, you get a glimpse of where this relaxed approach comes from.
I mean, Ruben, being out here, it makes me feel so calm, so collected, so grounded. I can see why you're the kind of person you are. I mean, it's very much something that makes you feel good.
Yeah, cool, calm, collected. That's what it does to you when you grow up close to nature.
You like the bundus out here?
Yeah, no, this is my comfort zone.
Ruben, I mean, standing here, you can clearly see why you would want to buy these beautiful creatures. But what initially sparked the idea?
The idea was to buy cattle with the money, the savings we made when I went to Australia to work for a working holiday. Then I invested in them, and since then I've been reproducing. So the initial idea was as like an investment, but now it's difficult to sell them. It's like your own pets.
Now they're family.
That's where I'm a bad farmer.
I think that's why your social media has been doing so well, because whenever you watch Ruben's videos, you can feel the love.
What was the thing that said, I should take this and put it on a social platform?
So I grew up as privileged like this, being with animals all my life. But when I worked in town, that's when once I was away from the farm, that's when I realized how special my childhood was and still is now. I'm an adult now. And then I just had the urge to show people how I live and what we have, and people love it. So guys, here we have Snowy. She's Instagram famous, without her knowing that. But she's as tame as a dog, so I'll see if we can have a small scratch session with her.
All right, you lead the way, Ruben.
Let's see.
Should we follow you?
Let me see if she's used to me, and then she'll come for you. Maybe.
Temperamental celebrity, very understandable. You need to make sure that you don't spook them, you know?
You have to not act like paparazzi right now.
We chilled. You guys gonna come over, maybe she'll let you scratch so.
Okay. I mean no harm. I come in peace. Oh, a little lick there. Okay.
Yeah, now you can touch us softly.
She's really enjoying licking my hand, but her tongue is very rough.
It's rough, like sandpaper almost.
Yeah.
Hey, Snowy. How you doing, girl?
Your cow whispering skills should come out now.
Yeah, I mean, you're so pretty. Hey, Snowy.
Why don't you feel her tongue?
Hey. It's very easy to see why Ruben fell in love with the animals and being here. I'm falling in love myself, man.
So, Snowy's Insta famous. Can we take a selfie with her?
Of course, she loves it.
Guess who's about to trend? Okay, better get her in there. And then is everybody in?
Being licked. Being licked.
1, 2, 3, Snowy.
Snowy's a keeper, living the dream here in the Hochland Mountains.
Look, it's a double rainbow.
Oh snap, it is. That's blessings. It's always crazy, because Ness is somebody who loves being out in nature, seeing everything as she feels like it should be, and I feel like this is what makes these things special, yeah?
Absolutely. I mean, for me, I always feel most at peace in nature.
I'm giving life advice. Bring the person you love to a beautiful setting and just remind them why they're so amazing.
Although seminar farm stays do offer very comfortable lodgings, our tent needed a test run.
And of course, we're going to be camping out in the heart of the wild.
The wild! My natural habitat. Yes!
Okay then, Mbizvo.
Leopards and warthogs.
She's happy about leopards.
And springbok. There we go, bush camp. We're gonna be under the stars.
So there's an offense here, hmm?
Hey man, it's called the wild for a reason, Fizz.
Anyway, let's figure out this tent situation before we lose the light, yeah?
We've had a lot of practice.
Okay, I mean we have. We definitely
We know how this works. Get the pigs out.
You gotta lay everything out. You gotta just let it breathe.
I think these are the bones of the tent, so let me get some of these going to give it structure.
Structure. Look at us.
So how many doctors does it take to pitch a tent, guys?
If it's more than 2, we're gonna be out in the dock
alone tonight. Okay. Wait, let's just do that. There we go. Lovely.
Here it comes, here it comes,
Okay,
here it
okay,
comes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Wait. Click. And I mean.
I mean, oh my God. Okay, Fizz. Okay.
We're gonna be alone
Every
tonight.
time, every single time. Hello. Oh my
So it
God.
seems like the nocturnal visitor's already here.
This is unreal. He's even wanting to explore our tent.
And now we have 3 people sleeping in there tonight. Maybe we might need to get another tent because this is
Kali.
clearly his
Hello?
one.
Hello, sir.
Oh, yeah. By the way, people say that if an animal walks into your tent, you've made one so well that they feel like they're in their natural
I
habitat.
mean,
so,
basically, Kali has basically said this is a 5-star tent right now.
Kali. He will let you in there, do your thing, huh?
He's literally having a good time.
Kalisto. Hey, Kali.
He's literally sleeping in there.
Okay, looks like we've got our pillow for the night, so that's happening.
I feel like I can speak warthog now. Like, I feel like that's what's happening. Like, I understood, I channeled the warthog, created the perfect environment, and I'm basically the warthog whisperer.
I know. Takes all the credit. We're the ones who have been in it. I jumped in, you jumped in. She hasn't even been in it. Taking the credit.
It might just be me and Kali tonight, sorry, dear.
Fez and I left Sleeping Beauty for a birthday party in honor of Ruben and his brother Tertius.
Absolutely amazing. Wow, we came just in time. I feel like
hello.
everything smells so good.
Welcome.
How you doing?
Nice and you.
Birthday boy?
Good. This is Janu, my friend, my twin brother, birthday boy. Adorei, and our guest,
Amazing.
Jody.
Okay, so you guys are twins?
I'm 1 minute oldest.
I'm the young one.
No, happy birthday, guys. It's so special for us to be out here with you.
You're
Like-
so welcome.
Guess who we saw?
oh yeah, Carly showed up in our tent.
What? Like inside?
We couldn't get him out.
So he's on a camping mode, it seems.
Basically.
Sounds like there's going to be 3 of us tonight.
We're gonna have a warthog to cuddle for tonight.
course.
It's quite cold after all.
No, we're not doing that. We're not.
So what are we having on the braai?
So tonight we are having sausage and then kudu fillet.
Amazing.
Sounds like a good night.
So we'd met the 4-legged members of the Lumbricks family. It was time to meet proud parents Milan and Barista.
I just want to thank everybody of you that joined us with Ruben and Tertius' 25th birthday. It's very special for us to have you all here. I hope you enjoy the food.
Well, I think that calls for a happy birthday for you guys.
Let's go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you oldies. Happy birthday to you. Hooray!
You know, there really is something about being welcomed, being made to feel like you're part of the family, and I think that's what we've received today.
I mean, I think we were saying that we wanted to be in the heart of the wilderness, and it's funny because we are in the wilderness, in the wild, but there's so much heart here, and they've welcomed us with open arms. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
You can almost get lulled into a false sense of security being out here, seeing Ruben with all the animals and how friendly they seem, but we are out in the wild in a little tent. I'll take his word for it. Ruben said that we'll be fine, but maybe we'll just zip up, huh? Let's not leave it open.
A big win about visiting Namibia is how many of the same home comforts we share.
What a morning, hey?
It's beautiful. I mean, bit of rain is always good for the soul.
Absolutely. Time for brekkie.
I know you love your morning breakfast, and the Kellogg's All Brand Oats Crunch range actually has got a lot of flavors. I know you like your cocoa, so cocoa almond is the one I picked for you. Yeah.
Amazing.
What a beautiful way to start the day, you know?
Oh my God.
The Lumbriks had treated us like family, so it felt like leaving home. Ahead of us lay the epic Namib-Naukluft National Park.
Bucket list moment. Just seen an oryx. I've seen pictures of them. I didn't realize how big they were and how imposing they are, especially walking through the desert like that. Okay, this is a good sign. It's gonna be a good time out here in Namibia.
These colors.
Insane. So we're here in the southern part of Namibia, and of course we had to start at Sossusvlei National Park. We need some dune adventures. I need some adrenaline stuff. I can't wait.
I absolutely can't wait to climb these dunes. And there's something really sacred about the desert. It is so arid, so sparse, but there's still so much life here.
So we are in the Naukluft Park, and this Naukluft Park is covering up the distance about 49,678 kilometers per square. And the reason why we stop here is for us to see the landscape. This place we call it viewpoint because it's where you see the landscape, where it starts to change.
It's like, so I'm seeing that there are these trees almost just lined up, but there's no water. How do they stay alive?
So those are the camelthorn trees that you see in the river, and that river runs all the way to Sossusvlei, where we are going from here. 2021, the river was flooding.
Oh.
Okay.
There was water in the river.
Oh, wow.
But this year it's a very dry year, so there's no water in the river.
So we're in front of dune number 1. And what pit stops are we going to be making today?
So from here, we are going to drive further to Deadvlei. So the dunes that we have in this area, first one, dune number 1, followed by dune 40. From 40, we go to dune 45. From 45, then it's only Big Daddy and Big Mama.
Oh, Big Mama.
The family.
Yeah.
What? What's the difference between Big Daddy and Big Mama?
So Big Daddy is because of the biggest one, and Big Mama is because it's the beautiful dune you have in the area.
Big Mama, the most beautiful. Okay, so now it's going to be a toss-up. Are we going to do Big Daddy, Big Mama?
I mean, Big Daddy seems like the one to go to. You know, father figure, you know, very strong. The biggest one. I feel like beautiful's great, but we're here for the adventure.
Fair enough, fair
Adventures
enough.
need to be tough.
We'll skip the aesthetic then, I guess, and we'll go for the challenge. Big Daddy Dune it is. We're on our way driving to Big Daddy, and we stop on the banks of a river that's completely dried up, but strangely enough, there's this green foliage of trees that almost stick out amidst the arid nature of the desert.
Seeing these green trees next to this dried up river shows you that nature finds a way. It is a matter of the roots burrowing all the way down to find whatever little moisture they can. So you know what? Out of respect for them, I'm gonna go for a swim in this dry river, huh?
There he goes.
Don't worry, I'm just getting in my reps here
All
in
right.
the river.
Well, as you swim through the Naukluft River, I'm just amazed at the fact that this doesn't even look like a river at all.
I know, but look, there's clearly vegetation. It's green, so there is moisture right down there, over 20 meters down.
And what happens during the dry season is that the animals will come here and actually use the vegetation along the riverbed that draws that water up from the earth to get their source of water.
I mean, look at this. She always knows the things when it comes to plants and animals and just what's happening in nature.
I'm channeling my David Attenborough.
Anyway, back to my laps.
Off you go.
Sihamba.
This is what I deal with. I'm feeling a little bit nervous about Big Daddy, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Big Daddy precedes his reputation. He is known as the granddaddy of dunes. And so to know that that is on our agenda for today, the heat is heating. I don't know how this is gonna go.
Well, we're about 5 Ks away from Big Daddy. Okay, now we're about to go onto the sand, and the Land Rover Defender has a great mode for that. Actually, it's got a number of modes, but now it's time for us to switch it up. So we get into the modes. Here they are, and then you just toggle through and get to sand right there. And then once you've done that, what we want to do is elevate the car suspension a bit, just so we actually are above the sand. So we'll press that button right there. Ooh, kind of feels like one of those low riders with the suspension movement. And then just to make sure that we don't get bogged down, we're going to switch off the traction so that we can actually move into the sand without sinking too low.
This vehicle is incredible.
My love, it's been saving
The Defender!
us. Okay, we ready? We live?
We're ready.
Let's do this.
Let's go, babes. Here
This
we
is
go.
amazing. I can literally feel it switching over to sand. Yeah. Like it feels. It feels like as you go in, it's like a bit of a cushion that happens. And what they said is that you want to keep your hands on the 10 and 2 and the thumbs nice and straight.
Incredible.
So that you don't end up getting your thumbs locked into the steering wheel. So I'm loving this. You can feel when there's a bit of a drop when it comes to the sand being there, the sand being a bit softer, but the car makes it feel like a seamless experience, man.
Surfing in the sand in a Defender.
I love that you call it surfing. It's exactly that.
What an experience. I mean, I do not think I felt as much adrenaline as I did in that moment.
Me and the Defender, we're friends. Like this.
The drive has taken us all the way to Big Daddy. The heat of the day is blazing. I don't know whether I'll be able to conquer this. There is half Big Daddy there. What is it? Little Daddy? Let's call it that.
Elder son.
And I think that is calling my name.
As long as we get to the summit of something, you know?
Fair enough.
Conquerors.
Fair enough.
Ready.
Let's go.
Team.
Refresh, refocus. Take on the moment to beat the blaze of the desert. Pause. Breathe for it. Ungapheli umoya. Refresh, refocus. Take on the heat of the desert. Pause. Breathe for it. Ungapheli umoya.
Ooh, getting ready for this Dune hike. I mean, I think I need something to just get me in the moment. You got some halls, dear?
Oh, of course I do. I don't go far without them.
Whew, this is going to be quite the endeavor, so always nice to just put you into the right frame of mind. Do you want some, dear?
Don't mind if I do.
I love this little ritual of ours. Refreshed, refocused. Where's my hat? Let's go climb this dune.
Okay, so I've heard a lot about how it is hot in deserts, and that's why the terrain is the way it is. This is a lot. I feel like my feet are boiling, but everywhere I look is a unique perspective, and all of these dunes make everything so pretty. So I'm a bear with it, but my toes, they are cooking.
Well, the only solution, keep walking, lifting your feet to stop them from burning.
Made it.
Oh my gosh. The conditions up here are crazy. It is so hot. The sand is like an oven, like a frying pan underneath your feet. But there is this incredible breeze that just makes it all worth it.
And I'm not gonna lie, when you summit and you've kind of conquered something like this, you feel achievement and you feel so good. I mean, look at the views.
It's crazy to think that the ocean is just under 50 kilometers from here.
I mean, you almost wouldn't think of the ocean when you're standing here with all of these rolling sand dunes. But it is the oldest desert in the world, so I can kind of appreciate that it means something when we look out here.
Absolutely. I mean, part of the fact that this desert was formed was the fact that we're so close to the ocean, because you need two conditions for a desert to form, right? There's that cold Benguela current that comes from the ocean, as well as those high pressures that we have from being closer to the equator.
Well, all of that comes together to give us a breathtaking view. I think it was worth it. Listen, it was hot, the sand is blistering, but the views. I mean, if you look right down there, this used to all be water, just a river running through, and through many, many years, it's changed to become what it is today. It almost makes you take a pause just to appreciate how rapidly nature can change.
Absolutely. Being here, it's like a map of history, really. Moments like this really make you realize how small you are in the grander scheme of things. Definitely something I'd do again.
So getting down, huh?
That's going to be interesting. They say you can either slide, roll, or run down. So a gentle walk, I think, will do me well.
For any fans of the science fiction blockbuster Dune, get yourselves here. This is what the real desert planet feels like.
All right, this is the final pit stop of our time here in Sossesvlei, Deadvlei, and you can tell why it's called dead. It looks dead indeed. This is such an arid environment, and these trees look basically lifeless.
I mean, it's insane. You stand here and it feels like a totally different environment from where we were when we were on the dunes. It's dry, there's like this clay-like substance on the ground, which actually indicates this space was one of the last spaces to have the water rapidly dry up. And it dried up so quickly the trees didn't have time to disintegrate, so they ended up like this. But if you look closely, there are a couple of green ones, love.
Yeah, rumor has it that these green trees actually started growing about 60 years ago. I mean, that's older than you and I. So you can only imagine if the new growth is 60 years old, imagine how old these dead trees are.
Absolutely surreal.
Yeah.
Namibia, you are an absolute gem.
Our planet is so beautiful and we really need to be custodians of this magical place. Landscapes like this you don't see everywhere, and to be in the oldest desert in the world, right at our doorstep, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
People fly in from across the globe for this, and we get it at the price of a road trip with no visa required. Even better, right at the gate of the park, we were lucky enough to call Sossusvlei Lodge our oasis for the night. We needed it.
Not just to rest and refresh, but to process the world we just walked through. If you need an antidote for all the time we spent looking at life through little screens, this is it.
Listen, we did get here later than we thought we would, but we came at the perfect time. The light looks amazing, my dear.
The color of the red dunes, you're so right, love, just brings the desert to life at this time. You can hear the sounds of nature along with the silence. It's really soothing my soul.
I mean, barking gecko, the cicadas, it all sounds, well, like we're out in the wilderness, right?
So nice to have some peace and quiet, and what a wonderful way to be welcomed to the lodge as well with a big smile.
Big smile, warm Namibian welcome, and I mean, those towels were very refreshing after a very long drive, yeah?
Yeah, exactly what I needed to cool down, refresh, and arrive.
I mean, look at that. That sunset is absolutely incredible.
Wow, this is beautiful.
Right? Oh, look at this. Looks like we found the lounge.
Definitely nice and cozy. Gonna do a lot of reading in there.
I mean, Ness loves a throw.
Especially if there's some peace and quiet.
And then a plunge pool. Come on.
This is where you'll find me with a cocktail in hand many a time.
Okay, now we're talking. This looks amazing. I mean, look at the bed frames.
I'm loving the decor. Bringing the outside in with all of these natural elements just reminds you that you are right in the desert.
From the wood to the metal, all of it comes into paying homage to the fact that we are in the wilderness, and it just looks elegant.
I couldn't agree more.
Wow, I mean, this is a bathhouse, not just a bathroom.
Did someone say spa bath feels? Okay, ma'am.
Ness loves a good bath, as you can see.
My bubbles, please. This is magical.
You're gonna love these basins. I mean, you have the mirror so you can apply makeup, you can look good in the morning. But I know you're probably gonna be in the bath for a while, so I think I'm gonna give her time. Sossusvlei Lodge, you're doing the things. Look at her face.
Bye.
Find your wonderful Jacobs, wunderbar.
Well, we're here at Namib Sky Balloon Safaris on this nice, warm, early start to the day. We've been seeing Namibia from the ground, looking at the dramatic landscape, but now we're about to take flight and see it from a different prism.
It is going to be incredible being up in the air, and seeing this landscape from up high is definitely something I'm going to be ticking off my bucket list.
I mean, listen, I'm somebody who likes to have both feet on the ground, but when you look at that and you can imagine what you're going to see up there, I'm going to get excited, I know.
I've blown up kids' balloons, a mattress, but this thing needs a fire-breathing dragon.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I didn't know the balloon was going to be so big. I mean, it takes quite a while for it to get all of that air in it, but it looks beautiful with all the colors.
The sunrise colors are also giving. What an incredible morning.
Feeling good, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling good. Standing here next to these two behemoths makes me feel so small. Balloon's up in the air, so it's almost time to soar.
Let's get ready to fly!
Okay, the fire's blasting. Looks like the basket is ready. At least we've got friends, right? So we'll feel comfortable being up there and won't be just the two of us.
Yeah, the more the merrier. All of us are up for this adventure. Yoo-hoo!
And we're up. Oh, look at that. There's another balloon, so we are not alone in the sky. And it feels as if we're just floating up into the heavens.
So nice and smooth off the ground, and so quickly we rise and ascend up into the sky. As we get higher, the trees become little specks, no turbulence at all. It almost feels like you're floating through the clouds. How high can you usually go?
It depends on the wind direction and speed that we have, what we need, where we want to go or try to go. We rarely go above 1,200 meters above the ground, so 1.2 kilometers is our maximum.
Wow.
So the corridor to Sossesvlei is around the corner over there. You can see how the valley makes a bend to the right. Big Daddy is way at the end of that on the left-hand side, about 30 kilometers around that bend. You can see the oryx down below. There's one over there, right next to the road. Tiny, eh?
Ruan is a wealth of knowledge. I mean, he's telling us about everything that we're seeing. He keeps pointing out the oryx that are on the ground, but they feel like little specks. I can't actually see them.
This is called the Little Black Mountain. It's got very dark rocks on it, dolomite rocks, and when the sun gets a bit higher in the sky later on at about noon and you're driving on these roads, it really stands out against the red dunes behind it. You'll see it from anywhere when you're driving in the park. They say that this used to be one big riverbed.
Wow.
Millions of years ago, from that one to the Elbe River. So.
Wow, all the way into the sea, feeding into the sea.
Yeah, well, to the end of the corridor, and then probably, maybe it used to be an ocean, you know.
We had to toast this majesty. Luckily, Anesu came prepared.
I have to say, being here with you, my love, is what makes it special. So maybe we started early in the morning, but hey, who wouldn't wake up to be standing on a hot air balloon with this firecracker?
Safely back on planet Earth, I left Fez and Saki to a boy's own adventure.
The Sesriem Canyon is phenomenal. I mean, it is a dry river that's supposed to have coursed through here to make this landscape, but I have to say it is quite calming to just be at the bottom with the guide.
So the Sesriem Canyon starts from the mountain that you see there. Those are Naukluft mountain.
Oh yes, Naukluft is where the river also started, the dry river.
Yes.
And the origin story of everything, it seems.
So there's a Naukluft mountain, so passing the Sesriem Canyon all the way to the Sossesvlei, to the dunes.
How long is it and how wide?
Yeah, so the Sesriem Canyon is about 25 to 30 meter deep and 1 kilometer long.
This is amazing. Of course, there's always greenery somewhere around here.
Yeah, the green tree, this one, they're still getting water from underground. And this tree, we call it a lingwood tree. So the part ling came from, if you look at the fruits, come here, look at the fruits.
Yeah,
so they're like linked
all
together.
linked together.
So it's a lingwood tree. All right, so and here you find the Camerthon tree. So this is the Camerthon tree.
Camerthon tree.
Yeah, scientific name is Acacia aerioroba.
I mean, you can see how deep it is here in the canyon. The trees can't even see the sunlight as we kind of move through. Very small, very small.
Getting water from underground too.
They call it Sesriem because it used to take 6 leather thongs tied end to end for a bucket to reach the water at the bottom of the canyon.
And also when you come in the Sesriem Canyon, you must not put your finger in the holes.
What?
Because sometimes there used to be scorpions or spiders.
Let's keep our fingers to ourselves, Saki. You really do feel like you're so small when you walk in here. You can almost start hearing an echo.
The echo come from the rocks, yeah.
Wow, look at that. You don't allow people to go in through there.
Yeah, if you want, you can go, but mostly that cave, it's only for the baboons. So when you have windy on the surface, you find the baboons hiding the wind in those caves.
Sesriem Canyon is amazing. I mean, standing here, it makes me feel like a small person being hugged by the earth. The greenery that's around, kind of spattered, still shows you that there was a river here many, many years ago. And I have to say, this is the spot to come into, especially if you love the drama that Namibia has, because it's all drama, 25 meters all the way up.
Set here in the flat, open desert between the mountains and dunes, our lodge is a place where you can happily sit and contemplate the universe. But we had a special game drive planned.
The colors of the sunset are magnificent, and just as we're moving through these different formations of the desert, we spot probably one of the most iconic of the big 5.
Rhinos are, I'm not going to say they're my spirit animal, but like spirit adjacent, and seeing them out here in the desert, it makes them seem like they're the prize running through, looking so powerful. Yeah, the light, the landscape, them galloping away. It's a perfect, perfect sunset. Wow, after such a busy day, love, I think it's great to kind of see the adventure in the car rather than running around.
Absolutely. I love the wind, I love the sunset, and seeing things from this perspective makes you appreciate the desert so much more.
Do you know what? I feel like landscape has been the word that we've been using because everything seems so dramatic, everything seems so profound when you look out into the horizon.
Mother Nature doesn't even try, and she blows me away.
But it is great, Saki. You've been with us through thick and thin, and I feel like it's only right that you take us through this relaxed sundown game drive.
So there is an oryx.
It's amazing, it's so beautiful.
When you look at the oryx, you see some different color. So the white color down is to reflect heat. The black one, which is on the side, is to absorb heat which is needed for the body. And the gray one that's almost the whole body is to keep the body moisture.
Amazing.
Yeah, they were made for the desert.
So, Saki, what are some of the animals we're likely to see on a good day?
We have oryx, springboks, hyenas, jackals, wildebeest, and ostriches. But most of the animals here, they work night shift. Daytime is very hot to them, then nighttime is the best time for them. So from here, we'll just maybe drive about 4 kilometers, then I will take you somewhere very special.
Okay, let's keep it moving. The sun is setting, and I really want to make sure we don't miss it.
I love it. I'm always about that movement.
Awesome. Okay.
Namibia is a privilege and a challenge. A glimpse of what life might be like as the only 2 people on Earth.
Ending the day off with a beautiful sunset drive to a desert picnic. And as we're walking through, we spot the most amazing sight.
I think the rocks here are bigger than I've seen in a while, making everything seem like it's a cinematic, big-scale movie set. I love it.
I'm feeling just grateful, at peace, in connection with nature. it's been an incredible time.
Out here, especially as the sunset gives way to a sky full of stars, you feel like you're sitting on the very edge of space.
Literally watching it go down.
Breathe for it with Halls and stand your chance of winning a trip to Amsterdam with 2 return economy tickets on KLM Royal Dutch Airlines and 20,000 Rand spending money. With KLM flying daily from Johannesburg and Cape Town direct to Amsterdam, from the hub of Amsterdam, KLM connects to over 150 destinations across Europe, the United Kingdom, and the USA. You could be the lucky top travel viewer to win this adventure of a lifetime by telling us how you take a moment to refresh and refocus with Halls. Comment on Top Travel's competition social posts using hashtag TopTravelTV and hashtag Halls. Breathe for it. T's and C's apply. Next week, catch us on a floating villa up the Kwando River as Namibia transforms herself from the Earth's most ancient desert to a water world.
Another feel-good production.